It is nice how, as each moment unfolds, the new desire is born. And we want to remind you that as each desire is born, whether it is a soft, subtle preference that you almost cannot speak in words, or whether it is a powerful desire that has culminated as a result of much contrast that you are living, no matter how broad or bold or subtle and small your preference or desire, it is heard and answered fully every time. It's nice to know that you are consciously involved in the creating of your own experience. It is ever so much more fun. That is all that has ever been at the heart of your point of attraction. Once you consciously get involved in it, once you are aware that you get to choose, and once you begin choosing deliberately, and once you begin watching the circumstances and events aligning to the thoughts that you have consciously offered, that's when the deliberate creative process really becomes fun. Of course, whether you understand it or not, you are the center of your universe. And whether you understand it or not, Source is hearing your every request. Whether you understand it or not, your vibrational point of attraction is being vibrationally uttered by you constantly. And whether you understand it or not, you are the creator of your own experience. But when you do understand it, and when you do begin to make the correlation between what you're thinking and feeling and what is coming back to you, that's when life really becomes fun. And that's when being the deliberate creator of your experience begins to feel utterly rewarding, as you begin to notice that everything that you think about and speak about and finally develop a dominant vibration about begins to bring back to you circumstances and events that you can measure. It's fun to be a deliberate creator. It's great fun to feel the power of your focus. It is wonderful to recognize that source energy is answering at all times. It is wonderful to recognize that no matter where you are standing, or no matter what the circumstances around you, and no matter who you are interacting with, it is wonderful when you consciously recognize the creative control that you have. So we call this gathering the art of allowing. And what we mean by the art of allowing is literally achieving you in your leading edge human form, standing where you are and deliberately achieving a vibration that matches who you really are and what you really want. The art of allowing is little by little, consistently beating the drum of things that feel good when you focus upon them, so that you have practiced the vibration of good feeling things enough that it is your normal vibration, so that your point of attraction is that of allowing the things that you want. Do you ever find yourself, or do you know someone who seems to be deliberately making the worst of things? They get hold of a little piece of something and they beat the drum of it, and there is a rather well-meaning, while twisted, motive at the heart of that. They usually have some point that they're wanting to make, or they're wanting to move things psychologically in that direction. They're wanting to motivate someone else. And so they exaggerate what they don't want in order to try to attract sympathy or attention, or get somebody to finally do something that they do want. You sort of learned that from your parents when you were young. Sometimes you had to plead a pretty needy case before you would see them making effort. But the universe does not respond in the way your mother might have. The universe responds literally to your vibrational nature. And so if you are beating the drum of something that you do not want, by law, more of what you do not want must come to you. If you are beating the drum of what you do want and achieving a vibrational habit with those kinds of thoughts and feelings, then you are holding yourself in vibrational alignment with what you do want. It is really that simple. Law of attraction is easier to understand when you think about radio signals. You understand that whatever the tower is transmitting cannot be received by the receiver unless the same vibrational frequency is achieved by the receiver. And the same sort of thing is true with you. You cannot focus upon not enough money and beat the drum of not enough money and talk about how you don't have enough money and lament the fact that there is not enough money and feel jealous of the people who have enough money and angry at your parents that didn't leave you a big enough inheritance, or angry at your employer who doesn't seem to understand and pay you more. In other words, as long as you are beating the drum of not enough money and feeling the negative emotion that comes when you focus upon the lack of something wanted, you are not in the vibrational place of allowing more money. It cannot be. It defies law. So the time for you to improve your financial condition is in that moment that you are feeling prosperous. Beat that drum. Milk it for more. Beat it longer. Talk about it more. Make that moment that felt prosperous, or make that moment where you felt like you had enough. Make that moment a longer moment. Make it something that is more active in your vibration for a longer period of time. Give yourself and law of attraction a greater opportunity to get hold of that vibration of prosperity, and more will come to you. You never improve your financial condition from your place of disappointment about your financial condition. You never improve your physical well-being from your place of noticing you're not well. You never improve your relationship by getting to the bottom of what's wrong with it. You never improve anything from that place where you have negative emotion. You know what you do then? You add or increase to whatever it is that brings those feelings. Now, sometimes people will say, but shouldn't I get to the bottom of it? How can I know what I want if I don't really know what I don't want? And we say, well, there's truth in that. That contrasting, comparing experience helps you to focus, and that's what a creator like you is. You are a focuser of energy. And so it is of value to know what you don't want so that you can identify what you do want. In the moment, no matter what the subject is, and no matter how big or small it seems, in the moment that you have identified what it is that you do want, start beating the drum of what you do want. Because you cannot beat the drum of what you do want and beat the drum of what you don't want in the same moment. So every moment you're beating the drum of what you do want, you're not beating the drum of what you don't want. And every moment you're beating the drum of what you don't want, you're not beating the drum of what you do want. We know it sounds simple. We know it is simple, but it takes some practice before you really get the hang of it. Because many of you have become oriented in pushing hard against what you do not want with the theory that if we push hard enough against these things we do not want, we will obliterate them and they will go away. And what we are wanting you to understand is, in every moment that you have your attention upon something that you do not want, you are beating the drum of it. You are setting up a vibrational pattern in your own vibration. You are disallowing what you do want in the same moment of it. You are turning it into a habit or a pattern of vibration so that a now active vibration is becoming a dominant vibration. And before you know it, you are manifesting all over the place the stuff you do not want. And then you say, somebody should do something. And we say, true enough. But it's got to be you, because no one else can beat your drum. Oh, they can beat their drum so loud that it gets your attention. And they can beat their drum so loud that sometimes you begin to reverberate sympathetically because there's so much of it reverberating around you. But you have absolute final say in what you give your attention to. And when you decide that nothing is more important than that you feel good, you've made the most powerful decision of all. Because what you're saying is, I'm paying attention to the way I feel, which means I'm paying attention to what my patterns of vibration are, which means I'm paying attention to my point of attraction, which means I am the deliberate creator of my own experience. Nothing stands still. Things are changing constantly. And sometimes we think that you think that that's not true. And we want to say to you that things are always changing. Sometimes you'll say, you know, I'm stuck here. I'm stuck in this place I do not want to be. And we say, you certainly are not stuck. You're just recreating the same thing. Because things are changing constantly in response to your vibrational offering. You say, well, things are not changing very much for me. And we say, yes, they are. They're just changing to the same thing. You don't say to your radio, give me that song that you just played. I know you're in there. I just heard it. You understand that Your radio is responding in the moment to the transmission that is being broadcast. And everything in your world is about that. You cannot stand still. You are changing constantly. So when you say, I've been stuck in this same old pattern without enough money, or without a relationship that I'm wanting, or with this body condition, I've been stuck in this for so long and I want change. And we say, you're getting change, but you are so focused on what is that you keep offering vibrational patterns about what is. So as your life changes, and it is, moment by moment by moment, is just changing to more of the same that you already have vibrationally patterned. When you say, I want to start bringing more money into my experience, but money has not been coming to me. And then you say, wait, I've been beating the drum of not enough money, so not enough money continues to be my new experience. Why not make more money be my new experience? I continue to be 40 pounds overweight. Why not make the perfect weight my weight? Why not beat the drum of what I do want instead of beat the drum of what is? Well, friends, that's what deliberate creating really is. It's saying, I will offer my vibration in response to something I believe will feel good, not only in response to what is. Most people offer the majority of their vibration in response to what is. That's why things seem slow to change. Because you look at what is, you observe what is, you talk about what is, you do news reports about what is, you talk to your friends about what is, you send out emails about what is. You take pictures about what is. You join groups and talk about what is. You amplify so incessantly what is that you keep recreating what is, which is all right. It does give you stability. But if you are really wanting change in your experience, then we would encourage you to selectively sift through the body of what is and focus upon the parts of it that you love the most. Start a new game that says, what I like most about this is, and my favorite thing about this is, my favorite thing about my house is, and my favorite thing about my yard is, and my favorite thing about my work is, and my favorite thing about my mate is, and my favorite thing about my body is. In other words, if you start selectively sifting and amplifying your favorite parts of what is, now what is serving as a very stable platform of creating more that will please you. Leave out the thing that says, and my most unfavorite part is. So you're beating the drum of your favorite parts, and then you're filling in around what is that is your favorite with, wouldn't it be nice if, and wouldn't it be nice if, and wouldn't it be nice if. And now the majority of your vibration is about your favorite parts of what is and your favorite ideas of what is soon to come. And now your experience, we promise it as soon as the first day you do it, is changing to what you want instead of changing to more of the same. It is so much fun to be a deliberate creator. And it is so much fun to be in a physical body at the leading edge of thought, where contrast is so superb, where there is so much variety to choose from. And so we would like to assist you so that you don't get so bogged down in the reality of what is. You make too much of this reality. You make too much of the reality. It is so temporary. There it went again. 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 Now is fickle and frivolous and does not stick around. You make too much of it. Instead, think about where you are going in the immediate future and anticipate with greater optimism the perfection of what is unfolding. And then you will be in the rhythm of the creator that you really are. You said, I'll go forth, I'll get a whiff of the platform on which I stand. From it I will glean my comparative experience, which will help me to clearly articulate where I would like to be and what I would like to do and what I would like to have and how I would like to feel relative to a myriad of subjects. And as my platform of experience inspires within me my personal preferences and desires, I know that Source will answer those desires, and then my job is to vibrationally match up with the desires that I have launched.